afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast, a 2 vs 2. With me, a host, Imperial Dane, master of propaganda, hero of the Reich, defender of the fatherland. We're off here to an explosive, 2 vs 2, right here on... I actually can't remember the name of the damn map, all of a sudden. Well, anyways, it's the big one. We've got here blah 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 and Lino fighting here for the Soviet Union for the glory of Comrade Stalin, and the 4th Soviet Tank Corps tasked with flushing out this area of Germans under the command here of Fullforce and Weatherman fighting here for the Wehrmacht, for the Reich Deutschland, holding up the line here for the 23rd Panzer Division. We've got German infantry, mobile defense and assault support, circlement versus anti-infantry, shock motor, shock rifle, more shock rifle, shock army, and more shock motor. So definitely interesting mix there. We've got infantry, anti-tank gun bullets, we've got a Stuka bulletins right there. We've got points are being rapidly taken as the Russians are moving in full force across the map here. Northern points, let me sure we got an early sniper here, by the way, from Weatherman. Very early sniper. As from Fullforce, we just seen grenadiers here so far, but a pigeon opening move there with the snipers early on here for the Wehrmacht in a 2 vs 2. The engineers moving about here for blah blah blah. What an absolutely wonderful name. I think I'll just call him Boris because that's going to be a lot bloody easier. 3 conscripts there. Engineers versus Grenadier here. Engineers quick to fall back here as the Grenadiers advance. 3rd Grenadier squad on the way for Fullforce. Looks like we've seen some barbed wire going down here. Not much else really going on here for Lino. I mean, he's got a lot of shooting out. We're seeing sandbags, so interesting way of doing it. First the barbed wire, then the sandbags. Meanwhile, we've got Pioneer securing territory up north. Sniper following up here for Weatherman. Grenadiers, I imagine, going to be following up further after that. More sandbags there. The Russians are definitely sandbagging things off dutifully there. Pioneers secure territory. Conscripts moving in. Pioneers versus conscripts there. Bit of light action so far. Down south. Centrewards we're seeing a bit more. Northward, pretty much nothing here. Weatherman has yet to encounter the enemy. We're seeing barbed wire being laid out here, making it a bit more difficult to reach the fuel point, but it's not necessarily going to prevent them directly. I mean, he'd probably better off laying some barbed wire around here, in fact. But there you go. Gun is now returning south. We've got more barbed wire. He's basically playing a position here. It's going to be very difficult for the Germans to take easily. But with the terrain here, so overall a pretty good idea there. Of course, got the sniper here, which certainly makes it a bit more difficult to pull off there for the Russians, for Lino. Meanwhile, down here, conscripts versus Grenadiers, and we got Germans pushing further through here, though they are quickly getting overwhelmed. You might see here Fullforce forced to pull a bit back until he's saying maybe get out an enemy forward here to support his frontline troops. Meanwhile, continue to pressure up north. We continue flanking in, and we got Molotovs here already by the way for Lino, quickly using it to flush out the Germans, send them out of the building. And turning in with the barbed wire here, the Germans don't actually have a lot of maneuver space, plus even less cover as the Russians have got plenty of heavy cover. Of course, they're trying to get away from the sniper, and that's only going to be a bit of a trick there for them. Grenadiers bursting into flames a bit too quick to get into the building, and we got another Molotov there. We could see a wipe there for Weatherman. Or will Jürgen there make it? Yes, he did it. Meanwhile, conscripts there continue to suffer loss here from the sniper. We got 5 kills already. We got more pressure here from the Germans here, and southwards the fight here has been lost for the time being for Fullforce. One more there. Conscripts almost right, but they do manage to survive. We got conscripts press. In fact, it looks like both sides, or both players, had gone for early Molotovs there. Interesting, we've got more Molotovs there, forcing the Germans to fall back further. Sniper here can't quite get off a good shot there versus the Russian infantry. No, oh, we got tech up there already from Weatherman. 3 Grenadiers and 1 sniper. Then he techs up. Grenadiers versus conscripts there. We got a pretty aggressive move in there, getting behind the lines, but even that cut them off from most of the resources. If you place his cards correct here, which would actually do pretty well for them. Conscripts here versus Grenadiers, sniping up support. And they should consider maybe we've got multiple against the grenades as well there. Good constant uses there. Molotovs by the ref. Of course, it does strain a bit of munitions, but overall, the way they're sort of making good use of it to secure a lot of territory, particularly the munition points, will work out reasonably well for them. We've got a second MD42 and a mortar for full force. He's going for the excessively heavy tier 1 there, I think. He needs to be a bit careful about that. That could theoretically backfire on him if he's not cautious. The Weatherman has taken that. I mean, of course, with encirclement, of course, he could just use Storm to sort of make up for anti-tank and sort of maybe hit any heavier anti-infantry options. And in fact, just try to rush on to tier 3. I mean, that could probably work out for him reasonably well if that's the option he actually's got in mind. Meanwhile, Russians pushing northwards here, things looking a bit, you know, back and forth here at the time being. No side really holding on to territory for any longer period. In fact, we've got the Russians here making a straight beeline there for the fuel point. That's going to be cut off while the Germans are then taking the other fuel point back. And we've got, I think, oh, mines up here as well. Good job, good job. And we got assault support here from the Germans, calling in an officer as well now. An officer on top of everything else. 2 MD42s, a mortar, an officer, and 3 grenadiers. That's definitely a lot. That is definitely a lot. Light machine guns being handed there to Weatherman's troops. Again, he could consider calling in some stormtroopers. Provide a bit of assistance there.
You need something demolished? Awaiting orders.
Bit of lighter firing going on there. Points are secured.
You need fire support?
Will he ever take up Mr. Fullforce? One wonders. I mean, he could of course also consider at a sooner point here calling in a cargo truck for some other business. We've got a large engagement, a lot of grenadiers versus conscripts that comes in. I mean, of course, with the close proximity of a good Molotov, could of course do a lot of damage. But also, the flaps a bit there and does make much of an impression there upon the German infantrymen. And we got a light mechanized company then going up here for Weatherman. No stormtroopers, it seems. Bit of a shame there, bit of a shame. All that machine guns being handed out. Another assault here. Gunners again with no real cover there, of course, having to defend. It's not looking too good, of course, that many countries moving in. They're definitely going to get out of them. There we go, there we go. Mortar fire though raining in here from full force to support Weatherman's troops. Like the mechanized company is up. Sniper continues to snipe away here up north. Almost got the engineers there, almost. But not quite. Meanwhile, pressure here from the south. What will Weatherman get? A half tank or some Panzer Grenadier. Either of them could work well. We've got the sniper tank securing territory. When we head, and oh dear, he's not aware of the mine, is he? He didn't even consider it, and there he... Good lord. Sniper wipe, and meanwhile Stormtrooper attacking here from the south, taking up in the building. Not really the best building for infantry, though. Not the best building for infantry. There you go. Quick Molotov launched in the general direction. Forced the Stormtroopers to storm out of the building. Already, poor Jurgen caught on fire trying to save the curtains. Fortunately, the rest of the Stormtroopers caught there to get the hell out of there, which of course makes it a bit odder. He then, of course, went from the like to mechanized company. If he is going to go for Stormtroopers after all, like that. And at the same time, I mean, this just makes it even weirder. He then proceeds to take up, which really makes like to mechanized company a bit unnecessary at the point of, well, doing it overall. So that was just a bit weird overall there by Weatherman. Seems a bit confused, unclear. But why going out the defending bit of a direct move hit through here? That's not bad, that's not bad. Russian Eagle caught here. We've got a large counter force being charged in there by Lino. But we've got double support weapon companies there for the Germans. There are no support weapons so far. Of course, it might just be planned sort of rushing ahead. Grenadiers forced away there. Officer didn't make any time to support them. Bit unfortunate there. MD42 fire here versus Conscience themselves, taking losses. And Conscience charging into large forces of Grenadiers as well. Heavy casualties being experienced on all sides so far in this engagement between the 23rd and the 3rd Panzer Corps, Tank Corps, which was equivalent to about a German Panzer Division. That was something that happened after Barbarossa, so it's basically sort of changed what a division, a brigade, and a battalion company all was supposed to have, basically meaning that while, for example, the German tank company would probably have about 10 or 12, 20 tanks, I can't remember the full numbers. Of course, the third tank company might be more equivalent to a tank platoon, and so on. which will meant a Soviet tank corps was closer to a German panzer division, for example. Anyways, constant charging in there, lots of grenadiers caught in the trench there, and looks like most of them avoid being buried in the trench as well. But there we go, he has tagged up. He's got some panzer grenadier, in which case I would suggest him either setting up for the Panzerschreck or the assault rifles. The assault rifles definitely would benefit him, in particular with, well, tactical assault. That could definitely be used for some good movements. We got MG42 there running for Weatherman, and of course it does make it a bit silly then upgrade all those grenadiers with like machine guns, but again, if we take the reading, he's perhaps a bit unclear as things, of course it makes a bit more sense. But so far, besides calling in the Stormtroopers, he hasn't really made any use of the Doctrine. For example, we haven't seen any sprint being utilised here, which is otherwise a pretty neat ability to have. Fuel cache here from the Soviets, by the way, to cover the cop. In fact, 2 fuel cache here for the Soviets. Good, good. Very good idea there, by the way. It looks like Boris there laid it down. Splendid work, splendid work. We got full force here heading down southwards, but not in full force. In fact, we got Weatherman helping a bit. They were, of course, still an upgrade. We've got the support armor core up there from full force. We also got a tier 3 rush. In fact, he's completely skipping tier 2, unlike his teammate who built it, but then proceeded not to use it, which of course just makes no sense. And we've got a Katyusha running, by the way. Lino went for a mechanized armor company, we're seeing a tank with tank command up, so all sides so far is actually going for some doctrinal armor in an interesting development. There's a funny quick rough grenade off, flying through the air and landing straight amongst the Russians. Well done there, well done there. We got Stormtroopers flanking in. And there we go, we could see what there against Boris. No, no, focuses too much in the other conscripts. I think that was a bit of a miss. Geballte Ladung, and quick enough to retreat, but still suffered heavy damage and heavy losses there. Mr. Boris, Stormtroopers advance. We've got a T-3476 on the way. In the meanwhile, Weatherman's getting a Sturmgeschütz Ausführung G. Meanwhile, we got full force at the same time, pushing up in full force. He's getting a 3rd MG42. I rather think he's doing it there, and particularly also considering he's got, you know, over blitzes, I think you should get out some of those, rather than getting a 3rd MG42. I mean, he's going for a absurdly heavy tier 1 now, absurdly heavy. There's his conscripts, and we actually got a sprint there from him, by the way. Splendid, splendid, that's always something. More to firing in, we got the officer standing up there. It looks like German players might be taking both fuel points. We also got munitions cache out here, by the way, by Lino, so now we got, you know, the Soviets are going to be a bit hard to harass resource-wise. But it looks like here, in response to the Soviet fuel caches, Weatherman did get them 1. Sturmgeschütz arrives here to the battlefield. We still see no sign of an upgrade there for the Stormtroopers. Really think you should upgrade them. We've got a larger assault here again. So many casualties and corpses. Then he's moving forward. More to find, continues to rain down the MG42 to cover. I mean, he's got an awful lot of MG42s to cover sort of a small area, and even this one, for example, doesn't even make much sense. I mean, most of its line of fire is basically occupied by trees. It's not like the trees themselves are going to attack. I mean, there's just these small gaps, and that's not necessarily going to be the infantry quickly enough to react. Got a T-34 there. There's the Stug. Constantly moving ahead here. Stug already falling back. T-34 looks like might be flanking in. Of course, there's nothing covering the flank. No pack forces. No good. Pantherfaust, just an MG42. Stug that gets overhit there. Doesn't quite hit. So far, the Stug's all it's got this 1 kill on some poor Russian bastard. Meanwhile, conscripts push forward. So we've got by the way 5 conscripts there for Lino. We also got anti-infantry and shock rifle. They've chosen. We got some propaganda artillery being utilised on the Germans. There was a T-34 shot bounced off, but the T-34 also bounced off the Stug's armour. Continue pressure. We've got constant flanking in there. Stug going to cover the MG42 falls back, and then we've got a Katyusha barrage being laid down here by Lino. Probably trying to silence the German support team with a mortar. They're so far mostly blowing out fences. Fight is certainly chaotic here. Full force, despite having tagged up, despite having the resources, has yet to build a support armor core, and then of course, as I say that, he does it. He's also putting quite a bit of manpower. MG42 versus conscript, but the conscripts already bypassed it easily. We got the MG42 by from Weatherman covering the southern area. I mean, that would require a larger assault force here from the Soviets to sort of dislodge. That might help them out a bit. Meanwhile, though, the north was one falling into the hands of the Red Army. Also, fun fact about the Stormtroopers, the badge they actually got there is the one of the Brandenburger unit, which was initially a special operations unit, sort of infiltration and such. Later on was changed into a regular Panzer Grenadier division. Fun fact, then was actually made part of the Großdeutschland Panzer Corps. Another bit of fear propaganda artillery. Stopping the Grenadier assault up here. Weatherman should have used cover, by the way. I mean, he made an assault straight up the road there. Pretty bad stuff, pretty bad stuff. Got countries getting stopped on the MU-42.
We are now authorized to request more powerful units.
And an additional T-34 systems arrives here for Boris. But Lino's actually getting a second Katyusha. So a mixture of armor and some serious rocket artillery now. Meanwhile, Stu here trying to deal with the conscripts. We've got 6 kills so far. Halfway to veterans who won. And he's actually checked up to tier 4 as well here, Mr. Weatherman. I mean, I would suggest at least getting another Stuke before taking out. I mean, generally Stukes tend to perform better in teams or trios. But, I mean, ones, yeah, no, that quite suggests that. Anyways, still get the heavy Panzer Corps as soon as possible. Get maybe a Panther out to sort of have the Stuke support. Further damage here, concept charging in on their own. Rather silly idea there. Almost wiped entirely. Got better through there for the mortar. Russians, though, holding most of the map now. They certainly make good gains there versus the Germans. We got Soviet reconnaissance basically keeping an idea there on the German positions, alerting Lino and Boris here to what the Germans might be doing. We got an orbital blitz up finally here, by the sitting up around there, and we've got the Panzer IV up for full force, so now they've both got a bit of armour. Meanwhile, the Orchard is getting absolutely hammered here by Stalin's organ, aka the Katyushas. Not getting too many kills in so far. And Constantine Ryan's got a problem with the Panzer for the Strump. Shoots 10 kills there, almost gets into 1. And there we go, nicely executed here, by the way, by Boris. Sending in both T-34s there to flush out the MD-42 down south. Weatherman, by the way, had isolated completely, no sort of supportive defense or anything, which rather made use, of course, with just some T-34s to send running. So, nicely done there, nicely done there. Pioneer flank there, quick stop by some conscripts. And Pioneer's a quick stop as well by the arrival of the T-34s. Meanwhile, we got full force here. Oh, he hit a mine and his Panzer IV suffered heavy engine damage. Very bad percent for the T-34s were to strike right now. They might be able to knock it out. In the base, we got nothing further going. We still, for example, no upgrades for the Storms. We've got plenty of munitions yet. For some reason, Weatherman is refusing to either get the assault rifles or a Panzerschreck. I do feel that is a bad idea. Plus, he has yet to build the heavy Panzer Corps, despite again having the resources for this, and you know, actually teched up. For full force, he could consider getting out another Panzer IV, a Flak Panzer, maybe a Stuke, or he could of course try and playing for a Tiger. Considering he's only got 6 command points at the moment, I think another tank right now might be better, particularly with all the tanks the Soviets got. Another bit of air recons there from Lino. He's constantly keeping an eye there on the enemy. Grenadiers got wiped out. Terrible stuff there, terrible stuff. T-34 moving to the north. Panzer IV needs support. Still not great for those stormtroopers. T-34's actually back. We got a Panzer IV going off there from the Grenadiers. Nasty action there, south being slowly unravelled. Like a ball of yarn. And the hands are very, and the paws are a very, very slow cat. There's one great next to versus T-34. Veterans who want target weak point, he would be good at the target weak point, And there you go, he's actually using it. Someone's using target weak point, there we go, stuns the T-34. But pulls back though. And misses. There's good there, but still, what's nice is the ability used. Done a decent amount of damage there. Needs to pull back though for repairs. And we now got S-35s here arriving for Lino, adding in some tank destroyers there to sort of further the Soviet cause. We've still got no heavy Panzer Corps up for Weatherman. On additional fuel cache or something. By the way, he's loading a ton of manpower there, and that's definitely no good. But at this time here for the mid-game analysis, counter tracing as the Germans are holding sort of a decent chunk of the map, but the Soviets are not too far behind either in map control, and they've probably got a bit of a stronger force. In fact, they've got a lot of artillery, they've got tank destroyers, and they've got more tanks. So no rule, numerically the Russians are definitely sort of better on the field than the Germans, particularly because Weatherman continues to float resources, and overall I do feel like he's not making the best of his resources. I mean, again, he could easily have gotten more stormtroopers out, he could have upgraded them. You know, the mix of Panzer and assault rifles, I think he could have provided a much better fit there to Lino and Boris, at least for the time being. And of course with this, I mean, he should get a heavy panzer corps and get some Panthers out. Maybe a Sturmpanzer 4 to sort of help with infantry, but I'll wait, get a bloody Panther out and get to doing some damage. Otherwise, he needs to be a bit more focused instead of, say, leaving an empty fortress all the way in one part of the map while the rest of his forces fighting in the exact opposite end of the map. Not really good. There's way too many options there for mistakes to happen. For full force, I mean, you know, few caches, multiple blitzes would work out for him as well. Speed up the process towards the Tiger, which really seems to be playing for, but even then, a part of me would say get another Panzerful out before that presents something more to threaten the Russians while waiting for that Tiger. And sort of try to push and try to flank them instead of just trying to run into them. Infantry-wise, I mean, he should consider, I think, using the, you know, concentrated fire ability of the Grenadiers. Well, the officers around the Grenadiers sort of help them get a bit more boost in certain engagements. That I think would also do quite a bit of good there for full force. And of course, using smoke barrages from time to time can also give him a bit more potential. For the Russian players, I mean, they got lots of artillery, they got fuel caches, munitions caches. They're doing a decent amount of damage there. I mean, they might want to be a bit more careful with infantry, consider maybe some Maxims or something to support. We got one field gun on the way, of course, they got tank destroyers and tanks. I mean, overall, they're not doing too bad. They should just need to flank more, sort of try to get behind and sort of catch isolated German units from time to time, and that way wipe them out and be a bit more sort of well thought out with artillery barrages, in which case they can end up doing a lot more damage to full force and Weatherman if they sort of play their cards correctly. Mines here and there could also benefit them notably. Anyways, let's head back here to the fight and see what happens. Conscript suppressed, taking damage, but Conscript is being here. And Sturmgeschütz bombarding, still needs repairs. Still no sign of the heavy panzer corps, though we got another pan unit on the way. That might of course be it. That might of course be it. We got the panzer corps being repaired. Pioneer's taking losses, desperately trying to repair that Panther 4 and fix his engine. And there goes the fire opening up. Full force is only option right now. Oh, he lost the officer! Bloody well, he lost the officer. I would say call in the officer and having called on a smoke barrage. He's about to lose that Panzer gun. Airstrike going in there from full force to Luftwaffe. It does deploy a single Stuka. There you go. Panzer 4 wrecked here by the H-35. An easy target there. Sturmgeschütz to halfway 22. 14 kills. Not bad, not bad. In the meanwhile, in Teddy Barrage here to basically cover up the fuel point. That's probably where I imagine the officer went. Hell. And we got a second Stormtrooper squad here for Weatherman. He's still splitting up his forces and thus his attention quite severely, and he's still not upgrading a single Stormtrooper. And right now he could upgrade both Stormtrooper squads with assault rifles. So rather disappointing than Weatherman in not doing so, or at least upgrading one of them with it, maybe another with a Panther trick. Since Stormtroopers really become fun once you upgrade him with a one weapon or the other. Got this in trouble with the T-34 and 6-9 moving in. Looking rough there, looking rough. And there we go. Mine wipes the last poor soul on retreat. Luftwaffe continues to try and turn the target here, but ultimately he lacks the bigger gun to deal with the tanks. Stuke moves forward, so you need to be careful, need to be careful. Opening up from the T-34. Another target weak point, good. But there goes 35 opening up, needs to pull back, needs to pull back. Another shot there from a field gun, and Sturmgeschütz gains retreat even as it goes out of control. An absolutely tragic loss there, but also a bit of a pointless loss there for Weatherman. He's still throwing out resources again. He's yet to build the bloody heavy panzer corps.
We are losing a sector.
He really needs to get around to doing that. Meanwhile, we got continued pressure for the south. Looks like the Stormtroopers secure themselves like machine gun, adding in a bit more to their firepower that way.
The enemy still has 300 points.
And Weatherman is finally building that heavy panzer corps. Finally. Sounds like some grenade went off, but apparently not. Maybe it was up here. Multiple there against the Stormtroopers. Need to retreat. Oh dear, Weatherman again. Here's the problem. You're trying to split your attention to two ends of the map in a 2 versus 2. You're very much more likely to suffer casualties because you simply can't pay attention to it properly. You're more likely to make mistakes. So in that regard, I do feel like this is Weatherman basically getting a bit too cocky here.
Squad, shut it. We are receiving
And thus losing units in a rather same manner. He's getting a Panzerwerfer. I'd not recommend a Panzerwerfer at the moment. Panther, and if he has to bit silly, you know, get a Sturmpanzer, but not a Panzerwerfer. The Panzerwerfer really wouldn't do much good at the moment, not with all the tanks and tank destroyers and Katyushas out on the field. T-34 breaking through the German lines here. Full force forced to fall back in full force because he's got nothing to stop the T-34. He's getting close to the Tiger though. Another command point for him in the meanwhile. Another command point here for full force. Spamming grenadiers. I really think you should consider less of that if you're getting a Pack 40 there. I think you should rather call in, instead of the grenadiers, maybe a fresh officer and maybe some more upper blitzers to help him with resources, munition and fuel. Incendiary barrels down here again. Another visit here from the T-34-76. Panther almost done. Almost, but not quite. We got catching a bit of trouble with the grenadiers. Stormtroopers rushed off from the south. You got the Katyusha singing there a terrible song. Right into Weatherman's large grenadier force. So far, none of yet to really connect. Of course, heavy casualties. Much to the luck there, Weatherman. Oh, there we go. Losses inflicted. You got propaganda war going on. And down. There we go. Going to pretty much stop Weatherman's assault here. His tactics there basically easily dispatched by a single ability from Lino. Boris also flooding a lot of resources. Seems like both him and Full Force are setting up for their heavy tanks now. And thus are willing to float both fuel and manpower. Bit risky there, bit risky. At least spend some of the manpower while waiting. Lino here though basically in the lead of actually having done serious damage and work compared to anyone with Full Force sort of being, well, last there with Boris and Weatherman sort of being second and actually done something. Got the Panther moving about here, getting a pin up machine gun. Finally getting a Panther trick down the Stormtroopers, by the way. Finally took him bloody long enough there as well. The Grenadiers center watch there getting absolutely shattered here by the T-34s. And Full Force can finally call in a goddamn Tiger at the same time as getting an Austrian flak Panzer, which again begs why I didn't get something like that sooner. And Panther needs to be careful. I mean, one thing to always be mindful of with the Panther is always keep the front towards the enemy. Panther commanders were in fact instructed to always keep the front towards the enemy since the side and rear armor was rather weak. 40 to 50 millimeters of armor depending on which sort of Panther model it was. In fact, the earlier ones had 40 millimeters. So something there to be worried about there for Weatherman. Already his Panther has been sent back here out of the fight, having not done too much versus the enemy. A bit of wasting. You know, got target charging through the center. 10-inch Russian infantry armor. Incendiary barrel just continues to sort of be laid down. Got a flak Panzer wing up to support Full Force as well. And at the same time, Boris calls up the IS-2. I mean, he's also got some heavy tanks on the field here. We've got 285, 2 Katyushas. I mean, any heavy armor will struggle here versus Lino and Boris. Definitely a lot of damage there is potentially available. More Katyusha barrages trying to catch targets. Looks like fighting will center around here in the center. As a lot of forces are being forged. We've got the Stormtroopers there with the light machine gun and the Panther shape. Also, we need to fall back. We've got the Russians there charging through the remains of the orchard. Country squad that was wiped out there, looks like. Boris was a bit too slow to retreat. Got the Tiger opening up. And here, Grenadiers get caught in an inferno of their own. As loads of monsters go off. We've got the Grenadiers squad wiped out. Heavy casualties and our light machine gun there dropped. Not looking good for Weatherman, who's now incredibly short on infantry. More Stormtroopers would be sort of able to quickly alleviate the losses he suffered. And Full Force is holding back. Is Tiger really begging the question, why did he get a Tiger in the first place? The situation is certainly looking dreadful here. Grenadiers need to fall back. Tiger advances, opening up the T-34-76. Oh, they're eventually 2 field gun opening up. There's 2 fires joining in there. Weatherman continuing here with a lone ME-42, low on health, low on members to secure the northern point. And he got more munitions caches up. He got 4 munitions caches from Lino. 4! I mean, that does allow for a lot of incendiary barrels. There's also a lot of fear propaganda artillery. Definitely rare to see that many munitions caches, but it is giving them quite the munitions advantage. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just so rarely seen. But good use of resource there by Lino. And at this point in the game, you probably can afford a bit more, which again can give him a lot more, well, room to work with all the munitions he's getting. When he can practically call in incendiary barrels every 1.5, well, every 2 minutes actually, and this one every 1.5 minutes. So that's actually a high rate of ability calling he can actually pull off if he wants to. Got an northern munitions cast dropping here with the Panther. Panther can flank through, they've not been challenged yet. The HQ5s are rumbling forwards. Like two slovenly dogs, and there we go. We got a Panther 4 running for Weatherman. A part of me says you'd rather saved up for another Panther rather than the Panther 4, but Weatherman must be feeling some serious pressure for him to get a Panther 4 instead of that. Tracking there by being utilised, good. Meanwhile, Tiger flying down south here, there's the IS-2. Pack 40 meter top there, nothing covering it. Molotov going off the Pack 40 there, NG-42 taking into the conscripts. South seems to have been largely falling into the hands of the Russian army again. As everything changing towards the centre and the north here for the Germans. Panther rolling down as well here. Pioneer charging forward straight into the conscripts, NG-42 covering them though. Chaos and anarchy. CoH2 firing away. Another barrage here of the more vicious kind. Trying to catch that bloody MG-42. Want to hold them, go half unit wipe. Pioneers sent packing as well. So they're finding another incendiary barrage. I mean, they just concentrate so many. So many. Heavy losses to the infantry and Panther. 44 back here, Pack 40 trying to cover. It's not quite succeeding either since it's basically caught in the fire. Panther heavily damaged, almost knocked out. And we're getting our third SU-35 there from Lino. A third SU-35. That definitely has the potential of ruining the day for a lot of Panzers. We've got a munitions cache here from the Germans wrecked.
We have lost our bases under attack.
Weatherman having built 2 of them for some reason instead of say fuel caches. I wonder what was up with that then, Weatherman's mind. Another CoH2 barrage there. Veterans 110 kills and 5. Still trying to get the German mortar with 14 killed veterans to 3. Meanwhile, Tiger doing what he can here. Veterans who won, T-First well, pushed away. Could get it, maybe. No, gets away. We got 2 IS-2s now for Boris. Lots of heavy armor there. Fullforce still off from getting another Tiger, and Weatherman certainly not going to be getting a Panther soon. Not after that Panther 4.
The enemy is taking our territory.
So the struggle here continues. Cash there, wreck. Panther 4's moving in. Over Blitz cut off as well. And there goes the fast there, opening up on the Panther, full damage engine, all blitz moving in, Panther march trying to flank here. Take advantage of the HQ5's occupation there with the other tanks. There we go, moving forwards. Against the HQ5 there, Panther 4 though has been wrecked. Carnage breaking through the bushes and the trees, coming under fire from a third HQ5 which he was not expecting. Now it's going to be caught here between several HQ5s. There could be a loss here for the Panther. He's trying his best there, Stomp's coming up with a Panther's wreck. Blitzkrieg, no, oh, what are you doing? You should try and get around here. Instead, he takes a route that exposes him to more Soviet fire. He takes the open route there. Poor decision there. Panther abandoned but knocked out here by the IS-2s. Tiger moving in. Absolute chaos there. Weatherman is crumbling like a paper bag. The IS-2s opening up on Fullforce's HD or Ostwind. Tiger trying to move into support here. No, he does move in, possibly worried about all the HQ5s, which is certainly a valid concern. For some reason, the Ostwind was not pulled back, resulting in the loss there for Fullforce. Fullforce some time off getting another Panther at most. You can get a Stu-G more. Pack 40 is being summoned 4th. Stormtrooper's is ready to move out as well. Tiger heading southwards. Right now, the Surge might actually have a chance of, well, basically pulling off an assault here from the north, breaking into the German base and just basically crashing it with the CoH2s, the HQ5s, and the IS-2s. I mean, they'd be able to muster so much more firepower, and the Germans could actually fire back. Damage, T-34, we've got the Tiger moving in here, might be able to finish it off. Big fuel point there being taken by someone, I guess, but it looks like only Jurgen made it out of that one alive. Tiger missed. Tiger missed. IS-2 loading ahead. Someone got annihilated. I'm guessing that was a precision strike there from a Katyusha, which pretty much annihilated the Pioneers there. Casualties continue to pile up. Now the Panzer gunner just got on the way for a Weatherman. Got Stormtroopers going to fighting away. Quick battle lab might provide the opportunity here. There's all these conscripts. There we go. And didn't do enough. Didn't do enough. Still did some. Stormtroopers need to fall back. No matter what, they are too low on health. And basically, full forces Tigers, the last line of defense it seems for the Germans, who otherwise lost most of the map and their troops. And now the IS-2s are getting ready to push forwards. Tiger itself moving ahead as well, got something in mind, but without support he could easily be hit a single mine and be in a deep amount of trouble. Pack 40 there, overwhelmed. Crew annihilated in seconds. It looks like the Tigers are flanking, but hitting a mine! Hitting a mine, H-5 should be able to react to that one. 50 points left here for the Germans. Cash wrecked, IS-2's moving in to deal with the Tiger. But he continues nonetheless here, full force continues. He's throwing so much manpower though. So does Boris, but he can't use it. Full force on the other hand can. Call in an officer, call in, I know, something. Multiple blitzers, just, you know, don't be floating 1,000 manpower. Propaganda 2 going, we've got IS-2 moving ahead here. Trains of German lines at MD-42 going to get pushed off. 24 points left. Troops rushing for the southern victory point. Another Panther 4 there on the way for full force. Heavy Panther 4 under fire. Weatherman can't get a Panther again. Just doing back his best option right now, of course, trying to wait a bit longer for a Panther 4. We got a KV-8 up for Lino. One Katyusha knocked hit, but there'll be so many H-5s able to down the Tiger. I mean, that Tiger's not going to last long. Got 10 points left here. 10 points left for Germans. H-5 eventually willing to fall back. Tiger eventually too. There we go. Tiger annihilated. Troops are fighting, but they're getting absolutely slaughtered here by the IS-2s in the base. The one Panther Jet here available, and the Panther House are simply put not enough to stop these juggernauts. We got another Panther run, but will it be able to assist? Probably not. We got a fragmentation bombing run, at most shaking the crews up a bit. But beyond that, not really doing much. Panther Force charges in. H-5 timing. We've got the KV-8 arriving as well. One victory point left there. The Germans have stopped the drain, but for what purpose? What gain? They are basically getting overrun there. Incendiary Bears going down. Panther Force getting annihilated. And there you go, wrecked as well. So, full forces here getting absolutely slaughtered. But the Germans are still hanging on despite everything, despite basically having next to nothing left now. Buildings and bases getting wrecked. Nothing much else really to comment, and there we go. German players surrender, a game over there, a loss for the Reich, a victory here for the Soviet Union. A bit of an interesting fight in some regards. Overall, I think the problem basically came down to the Germans was basically some problems in strategy, problems in doctrinal usage, and overall sort of lacking in sort of fully making use of what you had. I mean, Weatherman, I think, taking options were a bit confused. You know, he built for the Actimax company, barely made any use for it, then teched up, got one Stug, then teched up. I mean, he expended too many resources teching up and doing all that without sort of getting the most out of them before teching up. I mean, at least get 2 Stugs out, for example. I mean, there were some definite problems for Weatherman in that regard. Plus, the Stormtroopers, he never upgraded them until, again, much, much later. I mean, there were so many problems there. Same to full force. Bit too much resource float, and again, not really making use of the orbital blitzes or the officer properly. I mean, also really felt like the Tier 1 was too heavy. But you know, that was still some alright tactical play, but ultimately just fell apart due to some poor strategies compared to the Soviets, which were much leaner, much more focused, make good use of the Doctrine comparatively, also make good use of, you know, mechanized armor company and tank battalion commands. They weren't just relying on Collins, the Collins were just sort of a supplement. Plus, all the caches gave them a huge resource advantage, which further allowed them to basically crush the Germans under a wave of incendiary barrages and fear propaganda. I mean, overall, the Soviets basically ended up outplaying the Germans, as the Germans hobbled themselves under poor strategy. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this 2 versus 2. I hope you learned something from it, and I hope it gave you ideas for your own matches. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send a replay of your own. I've had some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Engine. Cheers, and thank you all for watching. Bye.